Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we are talking about the Squiddy and Squiddy-B. So, Squiddy-B is a great option. It has good tip weight, okay grip, it's nothing crazy, but you can do fans, it rollovers really well, has decent weight, 2.5, which is still super light, but it will be a pro for a beginner because 2.5 is really good because you don't have that good finger strength yet. It's going to be difficult for you to flip something at like 3.5 ounces because you don't know how to do most tricks, and most tricks take finger dexterity and finger strength, but you will learn that. Now with the Squiddy, it has durability issues. I dropped it on like concrete once or twice, and it already has scratches on the bottom. It also breaks because, I dropped it on tile or concrete once or twice, and I only had it for about 2 weeks, and I took really good care of this thing. And you're probably like, "What are you talking about? You just broke it." Well, that I thought I was taking really good care of it, apparently, but it broke because I dropped it on carpet and it got cracks in it. So, and you're probably looking at my Squiddy and going, "Why does it look so freaking weird?" Well, this is a 3D printed blade, so a little different. But I did modify the 3D printed blade because, my first blade, where'd that go? There it is. My first blade also broke because, that's what happened. And I wish Squid Industries would sell like replacement blades for like $15 to $20 because, this is just annoying, and not everyone has access to a 3D printer. But if anything, you should just get a Squiddy-B because the fans, choker fans, and I get it. It's not going to be as grippy, but it will do way more than the Squiddy. This does not disappoint, especially for only like $55. You can get a blemished one for like 50. Just know if you don't like the hobby and you get a blemished one, then you cannot return it. But if you do, if you run out of your returning time period or whatever, and I think you have a week to return it. If you don't return it within a week and then you go, well, I don't like the hobby anymore, you can sell it on, I believe, Bally Market on Instagram, which is one of the biggest selling, used Bally's and whatnot. But Squiddy-B, it does everything I want it to. Now, it is a little squarish, which is fine because once you're a beginner, you're not going to be focusing on the roundness so you can do fans immediately. You're going to be focusing on, holding it because you're not going to have the same feeling as this because rollovers are harder. They're a little bit harder on this because, it's super rounded. And if you do, something like, I noticed because I've always had square balisongs, doing stuff like this, I would maybe catch it weird like this because it was so round. I wasn't used to it. I had to not learn, but I had to adapt. I guess learn. Yeah, same freaking thing, Memphis. But also, notice how the weights are different. The weight is way different. Not only is this plastic heavier and more durable, but it has heavier weights. These weights are slightly smaller and they will not carry as much momentum. So, in total, you should get the Squiddy-B because I know it's like, maybe you just ran into one of those bad cases with a blemished, or you just ran into a bad Squiddy that came out of the factory wrong. No, this has happened to many, many people. If you go on Reddit or different Discord servers, They like people will be like, I've only had my Squiddy for like a month and it just broke, and they'll be like, oh, that sucks, maybe get a new one. But if you have access through a 3D printer, you can 3D print one. There's STL files on Thingiverse, or I don't know, kind of think printables or stuff like that, or cults. But not everyone has access to a 3D printer, which is kind of the thing. So this has not broken on me. It's never even gotten close to breaking on me. It does also have a thicker blade. The blade is thicker than on the Squiddy. It is, which does make Chaplin's a lot more comfortable because, well, it doesn't feel like it's digging into your finger as much. And it can be chamfered better. I'm losing track of where I was, but in total, Squiddy-B, better. It will last you a long time. I've had mine for almost 3 years. Well, probably not quite 3 years, or not quite. I don't know. I I would say the durability of this thing has lasted well over a year because I've flipped on and off for 3 years. Like I would stop flipping for 3 months and then maybe flip for a month again and then stop doing it. So good stuff. But the only downside for the Squiddy is tip weight and durability. Otherwise, it's a great feeling because the stonewash feels nice and grippy. This doesn't. I mean, it doesn't feel bad, but it's not as grippy. So that's about it, guys. If you enjoy me rambling for 7 minutes, then subscribe because I've been trying to record this stupid video for an hour. And subscribe, I guess.